Come, as thou camest 1,000 times, a messenger from radiant climes, and smile on thy new world, and be as kind to others as to me. Or, as thou never camest in sooth, come now, and let me dream it truth.
Time will say nothing but I told you so. Time only knows the price we have to pay. If I could tell you, I would let you know. Suppose the lions all get up and go, and all the brooks and soldiers run away. Will time say nothing but I told you so? If I could tell you, I would let you know.
So thou art come again, old black-winged night, like an huge bird between us and the sun, hiding with outstretched form the genial light. And still, beneath thine icy bosom's dun and cloudy plumage, hatching fog-breathed blight and embryo storms, and crabbed frosts that shun day's warm caress. The owls from ivied loop are shrieking homage, as thou cowerest high, like sable crow pausing in eager stoop on the dim world thou gluttest thy clouded eye, silently waiting latest time's fell whoop, when thou shalt quit thine eyrie in the sky, to pounce upon the world with eager claw, and tomb, time, death, and substance in thy maw.
The chief defect of Henry King was chewing little bits of string. At last he swallowed some which tied itself in ugly knots inside. Physicians of the utmost fame were called at once, but when they came, they answered as they took their fees, "There is no cure for this disease. Henry will very soon be dead." His parents stood about his bed, lamenting his untimely death, when Henry, with his latest breath, cried, "Oh, my friends, be warned by me, that breakfast, dinner, lunch, and tea are all the human frame requires. With that, the wretched child expires."
Here I sit, alone and 60, bald and fat and full of sin, cold deceit and loud desistern, as I read the Harpic tin.
Timothy Winters comes to school with eyes as wide as a football pool, ears like bombs and teeth like splinters. A blitz of a boy is Timothy Winters. His belly is white, his neck is dark, and his hair is an exclamation mark. His clothes are enough to scare a crow, and through his breeches the blue winds blow. When teacher talks he won't hear a word, and he shoots down dead the arithmetic bird. He licks the patterns off his plate, and he's not even heard of the welfare state. Timothy Winters has bloody feet, and he lives in a house on Suez Street. He sleeps in a sack on the kitchen floor, and they say there aren't boys like him any more. Old man Winters likes his beer, and his missus ran off with a bombardier. Grandma sits in the grate with a gin, and Timothy's dosed with an aspirin. The welfare worker lies awake, but the law's as tricky as a 10-foot snake. So Timothy Winters drinks his cup and slowly goes on growing up. At morning prayers the master helves for children less fortunate than ourselves, and the loudest response in the room is when Timothy Winters roars, "Amen." So come, one angel, come on 10. Timothy Winters says, "Amen. Amen, 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 amen. Timothy Winters, Lord. Amen."
The gas was on in the institute, a flare was up in the gym, a man was running a mineral line, a lass was singing a hymn, when Captain Webb, the Dawley man, Captain Webb from Dawley, came swimming along in the old canal that carries the bricks to Lawley, swimming along, swimming along, swimming along from Severn, and paying a call at Dawley Bank, while swimming along to heaven. The sun was low on the railway line and over the bricks and stacks, and in at the upstairs windows of the Dawley houses' backs, when we saw the ghost of Captain Webb, Webb in a water sheeting, come dripping along in a bathing dress to the Saturday evening meeting, dripping along to the Congregational Hall, dripping and still he rose over the sill and faded away in a wall. There wasn't a man in Oaken Gates that hadn't got hold of the tale, and over the valley in Iron Bridge and round by Colebrook Dale, how Captain Webb the Dawley man, Captain Webb from Dawley, rose rigid and dead from the old canal that carries the bricks to Lawley.
I think I remember this moorland, the tower on the tip of the Tor. I feel in the distance another existence. I think I have been here before. And I think you were sitting beside me, in a fold in the face of the fell, for time at its work'll go round in a circle, and what is befalling, befell. I have been here before, I asserted, in a nook on a neck of the Nile. I once in a crisis was punished by Isis, and you smiled. I remember your smile. I had the same sense of persistence on the site of the seat of the Sioux. I heard in the tepee the sound of a sleepy Pleistocene grunt. It was you. The past made a promise before it began to be gone. This limited gamut brings you again, damn it. How long has this got to go on?
Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night, what immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry? In what distant deeps or skies burnt the fire of thine eyes? On what wings dare he aspire? What the hand dare seize the fire? And what shoulder and what art could twist the sinews of thy heart? And when thy heart began to beat, what dread hand, and what dread feet? What the hammer, what the chain? In what furnace was thy brain? What the anvil, what dread grasp dare its deadly terrors clasp? When the stars threw down their spears and watered heaven with their tears, did he smile his work to see? Did he who made the Lamb make thee?